Hi.
I exist.
Right off the bat. I am not needed for this part. Krendar, you know what? No, do the whole thing. Do the whole spiel. Everything.
Oh, good luck with that. I don't remember half of it.
Indulge us.
Welcome back to Burning Ramblings, everybody. I'm back.
Right off the... Ooh. Keep
Also,
going.
I'm hearing myself.
Not anymore, you're not. Keep going.
Yeah, thankfully I only had to be gone a couple weeks. I had to work a couple extra Thursdays, but didn't last long. So yay, I'm back.
He
Like,
is
comment,
back.
and subscribe, etc.
Oh, etc. You lazy cunt. You fucking goddamn Canadian. My God, what a passive-aggressive response that is. Check the links down below for our all-in-one, our fucking donation goal, which is right up there. You can see we've taken the chunk out of it, but it's not there yet. For God's sake, do follow me on Twitter so I can take your money and your time. And above all else, if you do subscribe over to me over on Twitter, you get the beauty, the joy, the sexual annexation, it's a real word, of me and you and like 5 or 6 other people in the watch party on Discord about twice a month. Seriously, you'll be able to be joined in the watch party. It's for subscriptions only. We're gonna watch some Christmas movies in December. I know, daring, strange, unusual.
That's a daring new idea you've come up with. Also, I have to say that your new word that you accidentally invented there, whatever it was, made me think of the phrase sexual annexation. Which just sounds like a fun concept.
Sexual annexation is when she has diarrhea and you come in her ass.
No.
Yes. No. That's sexual annexation. Own the fucking streets, because she's owning your sheets because you gotta replace them.
Yikes.
All right. Yeah, right off the bat, anyone ever fart or been farted with while making love? Like, you ever have a fart situation going on while having sex?
That's happened to everybody, right?
I assume so. I fart every other time, so I must have at some point. I just do it so often. I don't know if I've ever taken notice.
Was it ever a big deal?
Well, I think Raisin just proved it's not. Right?
Yeah, right.
I hope not anyway.
For a 17-year-old low energy videos, it was, and I had to end not 17, sorry, 20. I'm gonna say 22, 21. I was pretty fucking young, and I was with my partner at the time, and she farted, and I couldn't imagine the situation. Like, are you serious? Me constantly adding pressure onto your body is going to result in pressure being released? What are you talking? Are you serious? And I mean, yeah.
If it happened to me, I probably would have just had a giggle and then kept going.
Well, like I said, I was super young and super stupid, but I just remember there now, like, oh my God. What a crazy, like, mind. If I met my younger self, I'd probably want. But don't forget, like, I'm a skinhead. I'd probably want to punch.
Around a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, well, definitely a little bit. I'd at least have a few less teeth if it was translate. It was like time cop logic, where everything you did would affect you right then and there. I'd probably have a few less teeth now, and it would come from me, and I'd be okay with that, because I'd be like, I grew up a lot with those teeth. You know, like, I figured out what not to do. And yeah, that's the thing.
It should be one of those weird loops where, like, I don't know exactly how it happened in Time Cop, but like one of those loops where you smack some sense into your younger self, and that means that your younger self grows up smarter, and then never have to go back in time to smack yourself. So so the loop never happened.
Someone else shows up, like there's 3 people in the room, and they punch the past sense of themselves, and then you have even less teeth. But now you have a brain that's like veins and shit coming out of it, like whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're like one of those guys from Star Trek. This is like huge head.
Yes, I was thinking that. Like I can control things with my mind, like knives and shit are gonna fly at people I don't like. But it's gonna keep on happening, and eventually it's gonna be this ball of energy that shows up. Oh no!
Eventually, you don't even have a corporeal body anymore.
Yeah, it's like the end of Babylon 5. Spoilers for a 20-esque year TV show, I guess. But yeah, we'll literally become like a corporeal like ball of energy and be like, no, you don't need to do this anymore. You can find it within, and then everyone's vision just becomes this big bright light, except for one who's like, no, take me with you, I'll kill you, I'll find a way to kill the gods themselves. And that's the start of the evil arc. That's how that shit happens. Now
that was an entire journey just then.
hey, you don't go into 70s sci-fi like I do. All I know is that God was the last one of the previous cycle who wasn't selected. He had to remain, but he misunderstood his mission, and he got bitter and resentful and turned it on us.
That sounds about right, yeah.
And now here's sports.
I was like, I'm gonna straight up time travel and bootstrap paradox myself until I am God.
No, I completed the 12
Physics
tasks.
cannot hold me.
You have, but you have not completed the 13th task. What is it? To know yourself. And then the light leaves. You're like, no. And then at that point, that's how you get Chaos Marines. That's seriously how you get Chaos Marines.
Kinda.
I watched The Fall of Horus. I read The Fall of Horus. I will probably one day in game form experience The Fall of Horus. But yeah,
the big key there is you need to stab him with a cursed knife as well, though.
Yeah, is it the Kribna? No, that's from Lovecraft. What's the name of the fucking blade that stabs him? The one that went through like centuries of human violence enough to stab him.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's.
But that was the key because that poisoned him and basically like allowed his mind to become corrupted.
Well, it poisoned his body enough that even his his Primarch body couldn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it was also corrupting his mind.
Well, he already had the doubt. That was the problem. But
all I'm saying though, the doubt by itself wasn't enough. He had to be made pliable as well.
No, in 40K, the doubt apparently is enough. That's the weird fucking shit. No, seriously.
No.
Look back at every fucking book. They're all.
Yeah, but it was more than a physical poison, though, is what I'm saying. It was just
well, of course,
spirit and mind as well.
Yeah, it was the Unlocker. There was probably thousands of rituals over thousands of years, but like the unlocking moment for Horus. And by the way, yes, chat, we are deep. And I'm sorry, Raisin. This is deep. This is deep.
Look, usually I get to be the one that nerds out at least half the time, so I'm enjoying somebody else doing it.
Hey, Krendar, what's your stance on Count Dooku and Maul taking over Maldalore? You don't like him? Well, that's next week.
I haven't seen the show, but I just don't like Dooku as a character.
Oh, well,
then I wouldn't. Names a Sith Lord Dooku.
Well, that's his parents, he's not a Sith. He's Darth Sidious. He's not Dooku. He's Darth Sidious, but we all know him as Dooku.
I guess so. But okay, Darth Sidious, His name is Dark Side. What the fuck?
Fucking Dark Tyrannus, Dark Revan.
Right.
Like, they don't hide.
Revan's a perfectly fine name. That's fine. But Darth Tyrannus, Darth Sidious, what the fuck?
You will be known as Darth Vader. Okay, but no one's going to actually respect or trust me. I know, we are literally the bad guys. We're not even trying.
I mean, you know you're powerful when you can just be the bad guy openly.
That's
and nobody
the
can do anything
point
about
of the prequels! That's literally the
Dookie.
point. Yes, Dark Dookie.
Monty, that's the point. That's the point, though. The parody name could be Dookie. His name is already a parody because it's already Dookie.
Yes, like he's he's the Duke of what planet? Monty in the chat probably knows. He's like, oh, I've got it lined up. Good for you. I am quite drunk, and I'm not. I had a rough 42 hours. Raisin would remember me screaming yesterday. Was I screaming?
I stayed up way too late last night. You were loud. It was funny. My
roommate sent me Metal Monkey sent me a message basically just being like, "Is your door open?" And I was like, "No." Oh, like, no, I'm the issue here, and it was. But yeah, like Dooku is fucking not. He is more evil than the Empire turned out to be because he was a human supremacist. Like, if you read the lore,
like the Empire.
No, more. It wasn't subtle. He would have literally had like propaganda of himself putting a boot down on like Jabba the Hutt's head. Like, he would anything that wasn't human was just going to be wiped out. Even you couldn't even had a Twi'lek sex slave. What sort of crazy universe is it where you can't have a Twi'lek sex slave? You know what? I'm going to join the rebellion.
That's a good point. On the other hand, I feel like it's the sexy Twi'leks are a little bit overdone. Let's get some other races sexied up.
How about Taruga's, aka Ahsoka's race? Her mother, or rather her aunt.
She's okay.
Yeah, no, she's. I suppose when she's an adult talking to Anakin Skywalker, but the Tarugas are pretty hot as a rule. Yeah.
Also, can we recognize the fact that there's another race that out-head tentacles the Twi'leks by far?
In Star Wars?
Like the Nautiluses or something. Their name is something similar to Nautilus or something.
Is that the Quinossins, the ones who share a planet with the monk?
It starts with NAU. NAUT, I think.
Okay,
I don't know, but they got like.
Let's find this out.
They have like tentacle hair, basically.
Star Wars tentacle head.
Sexy Jawas.
Ooh, teeny. Ooh, fucking teeny.
Hold on, I'll see if I can find the name.
By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream tonight, what I already showed. Nolans. How do you pronounce it?
Nautolen. Hold on.
Star Wars.
In chat.
Yeah, type it in chat and I'll type it up here. And then that'll be the first thing that's on screen tonight. Although I have to point out, like, this is good shit. Like, all of it, is YouTube friendly, but also it's showing a vast array of Twi'leks. And I like Twi'leks. I mean, they are overdone for sure, but they're kind of hot. Wap, wap. No, that's not the right app to use. What the fuck? Window capture.
I mean, if we're gonna go tentacle heads, we might as well go full tentacle heads.
Hold on.
It's almost like dreadlocks, except it's tentacles. that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Why the hell is the camera so weird? The weirdest thing is the screen normally is very good, so I have no idea what's causing it this time. But this is what I was thinking. Like
I
like
don't
you
know.
said.
We're not seeing it. You're still showing us YouTube.
Oh, well then, no worries there. I can fix that.
By which I mean Raisin and I.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Change window there. Boom.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, these guys.
All right. Yeah, these motherfuckers. Like, here's the Twi'leks, right? Here's the Twi'leks. Here's the Twinklex, if you will. And now your cameras are all fucked up. Arg! Hold on, I need to fix that. Boom. There you go. The cameras are all
Surprised
reset.
there's no female ones showing up here.
But
Wasn't it the same kind of alien that was dancing in the bar in the cantina scene?
I think there was one. Yeah.
She was dancing before. She was the one that Leia replaced.
I don't remember.
She dropped into the floor.
Oh no! She was a Twi'lek, and the one you're talking about was a Twi'lek dancer that Jabba didn't like for whatever reason, and he tossed her into the Rancor pit, and then she was eaten, and everyone laughed, and then Luke showed up after he gave the droids as a symbol of respect, but Jabba, of course, doesn't need to respect the fucking Jedi because he was there when they fell. So why the fuck would he care? They've clearly been disproven. Oh no, as it turns out, Jabba should care about the Jedi because one of them strangles him to death. By the way, Carrie Fisher...
Spoilers.
Massive spoilers for a movie that involves Carrie Fisher in a very skimpy bikini that for years after many girls
that set
have worn.
fantasies for decades.
Yeah, it was a tag.
That is still worn as Halloween costumes. I would be curious to know
I've met girls.
People wear that as a Halloween costume every year.
I've met girls who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be out of the that's.
It was a rough shooting for the third movie, and Carrie Fisher said, "R.I.P. Carrie, we miss you." That she someone else could have done it to strangle the Jabba puppet. Yeah, but she's like, no. After everything he put me through, and then he pointed at George. After everything he put me through, I'm gonna strangle this motherfucker. So she's so that's true. So like, she is literally doing that on stream, which I fucking love, because they would have had to have an extra puppet head of Jabba looking like he's being strangled, because otherwise he's like, oh, I have like 2-3 emotions at best. So he
had the whole tongue ordeal with the his tongue was flapping everywhere.
Yeah. But here's the thing: he used that same tongue to lick her, which I thought was pretty. Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you? You forgot about the whole.
I tried to put that out of my head.
Uchada, what you need da ha. And Boba Fett in the corner, like, yes, one day there'll be a Netflix show about me.
let's be honest. The little giggling alien crony was the best guy there.
Crumb, something
Salacious
Crumb. Salacious Crumb, that's it. He had an entire,
the best guy.
Yeah, he had a whole lore about him and everything. He survives the fucking Clone Wars.
Also, his name is Salacious. How cool is that? But on the Google Images screen there, though. On the Google Images screen, go to the far right of the row that you're on now.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, Kit Fisto. Oh, yeah, the same as Kit Fisto. I'm like, oh, tentacle head. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that race. Like, let's get some of these guys instead of the Twi'lek girls, you know.
Kit Fisto.
I'm surprised the Google Images isn't showing any female ones, but still, that's a cool race. Though.
Nautlin.
They're like squid heads.
Yeah, Nautlins. There's an ocean
Yeah.
planet home to the Outlands. Glee Asem? Question mark. Mate's window. Oh. No.
Oh no.
No. That's more of a Jared Genesis thing. We're gonna pass on that. Okay, I like that he looks like he has
Alan Reyes, how dare you?
I can't.
Although you're 100% correct.
Now that picture is in my head.
Oh hell yeah, there you go.
Johnny
There's
the Man tribute, Odito.
there you go, anyway.
Nolans. Monty says they're Nolans.
They're Nolans. Welcome to New Orleans.
Well, as Monty has taught us, everybody in New Orleans does pronounce it Nolans, so.
All right. I asked him this before, but I'm quite drunk. When The Simpsons did the spin-off episode and they had Wiggum and Skinner and Rolf as their own spin-off show, when they ran across Big Chief, who was the big drug/crime boss of town, he said Nyarlands. And I've told this to people. I've told this to Pit Monk. Pit Monk literally said, you don't call it Nyarlands. I'm like, but Big Chief said Nyarlands.
Hold a minute. Nyarlands, does that mean he's a cat boy from New Orleans?
Maybe.
Nyarlands?
Yeah, how the fuck does someone from fucking New Orleans? How the fuck do they get to be a bunch of sussy backers? Because they're fucking doomed. They're doomed. They're always gonna have to deal with the fact that their accent is like, yeah. You know what I mean, my brother? You know what I mean?
Meow.
Meow. Rawr. Oh, mommy. I want to be a mommy. I want to be your
All right,
fucking
Raisin,
sussy backer.
here's what we need to do. You need to get a cat fursuit for Monty.
Yeah.
Cat fursuit?
No.
Like
Yeah.
Like a furry?
God.
Yeah. Monty needs to be a furry cat now, so he can go Nyarlands.
Nyan. Hey. You put the cat suit on for him, but you put the dog suit on for me.
Should it be like loose
Oh.
Damn.
furry or like cat? And I want to see Monty because he's got to be the one from Meowlands, right? Like, so it's Monty. Is he gonna be like in the skin suit?
He'd
Like they are in Cats?
He'd
Is he
rock
gonna
a
sing?
snow leopard. Oh God, no! No, that works on so many levels.
If it's for Monty, you have to make it as white as possible.
Yeah. Oh, an albino snow leopard where even the stripes are black. Hey Monty, when are we having you on next on Bearded Ramblings? We only have a few weeks left of the year. I'm not even fucking kidding. Might as well ask now. Check your fucking DMs, sir.
He never checks his DMs.
I know.
Actually, in the past, we've learned that the best way to get him on the show is just to add him to a group.
True.
We did that for episode 100, and it worked.
Well, on your end, it worked.
No, not on my end. You just added him to the group call.
No,
and
dude, it worked for you, but I mean, do you have any idea how hard it was to keep all those people floating back and forth? Yeah, it wasn't exactly
I see what you mean.
Yeah. I don't want to do another episode 100. 8 people is as most as I can pull off. No, 8.
Well,
I think I can do
saying,
it.
like, we'll have like a 3 or 4 guests, like, no, not 3 or 4 guests, like 3, including you and me, 3 or 4 people total, like normal. Just create a group and add them into it.
Yeah, I can do that, but that makes one extra guest I can add on. After that, oh my fucking Christ. The problem is everyone has to line up just fucking right to work. I can't do that. I can't do that, man. I'm scared and I want to hide. Where's the girl with big boobs? I kind of want to hide the girl with big boobs right now.
Sorry, I might have been shrinking. They're still technically here, but I'm getting like exercise and stuff. So
Hey, you
You
know
know.
what you need to do? You need to start posting flex videos every month.
yeah, my progress is too slow for that to really be noticeable difference at a monthly basis. But still,
Every 3 months?
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is where I was at the start of it. Hey, Red! Hey, Red! I like the part where you fucking ruined my camera layouts. I love that.
I love the timing. Well, I'm about to fuck up your layout, and then he joins the call immediately.
Well, that's exactly why I
comes.
said it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Good timing on that. Hey, Red. Good morning. Morning, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Hey, fam! We haven't talked in a hot minute.
Somebody's brought the giggle juice today.
I thought it was me. I thought I was drinking deeply of the giggle juice.
Oh, I'm just happy to be here.
Red?
Hello.
I
Your
love
sound
you.
is really low.
Oh, bugger. Hold on, then.
Really? Because it's not to me.
I don't know. It sounded okay there.
Is it
Yeah.
just me? Is it
Yeah.
Just you.
Okay, it might just be me. Say something again, Red.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Check your personal levels, Raisin. There, you can right click on them and move a slider up if you need to.
Turn
If
me
you
up.
haven't already.
You right click over his face, and then you kind of like scroll up and down, and you see it.
Yeah, you'll get a volume meter.
Mm.
User volume thingy-majig.
I feel so dirty looking at that American flag these days that I have to start customizing
Why do you
it.
have that?
I've told the story to you 4 times now. Pay attention there, Krendar, or don't ask the question in the first place.
Maybe he's
It was a rhetorical question.
No, you know as well as I do it fucking wasn't. No,
You know
right.
as well as I do, I don't remember things.
You know as well as I do that you're alright. You're right. Not by much, but you're alright. So
A little bit
He
already.
forgets the stuff and things, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I love how I'm the only streamer that has like 90% of my face not in shot at any given time. Like I'm normally out of shot and I'm just like, hi, here's a bald skull or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. It's a skill.
No, it's not a skill, it's art. Sometimes it's not science. Read your fucking tarot cards, for God's sake. Now, low energy videos
Predicted this.
is going. They're going to predict how I explain why the flag is up there. Because you're such a fucking cat. Such a fucking Libra.
No, that's Monty. Monty's the cat.
Oh, well then he'd be a Leo then, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Are you a Leo there, Monty? In the chat, dox yourself. What's one?
Dox yourself by telling us what your sign is.
Some motherfuckers would own that shit.
If Monty's
He
in the
just
chat,
posted about his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm
a week
Oh my God,
ago.
obligated
he's
to
a
do
Leo.
this
That
for
means he
Monty.
lives on 123 Fake Street. We found him.
What? No. My goodness, how shocking.
Work away there,
Right.
Red Eye. I heard you were saying something and then keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just contractually
Oh my
obligated to
God.
do this when I see Monty. Viva la caca! There you go.
Hey, Monty. You got fucking... Hell. I don't know how you could respond to that except to acknowledge that indeed you do fuck both of your parents.
Okay, Monty says he's not a Leo. He's a Sagittarius, but that still makes him a furry.
There's a weird thing about the Sagittarius is that no one ever thinks about the Sagittarius. But you know what they are?
That's the goat
They're-
one, isn't it?
Yeah, they're the intellectuals, if I remember right.
Capricorn's the goat.
No, I'm an intellectual. I'm the stubborn motherfucker, but the one you want at a crisis because I can always bunker down and get shit done. Which sometimes yes, sometimes no in my life. So you know what? Almost like tarot cards are fucking stupid, and you should be ashamed of them. And Missy Ann, I'm not calling you out, but I will say you are such an Aquarius. Oh, I had to say that to her. I had to say that to her.
Wow.
Called
I'm
out.
gonna defend
Yeah.
Missy Ann.
I'm getting out of the way. If she comes in this room, I'm leaving because she's gonna.
I'm meeting her next month, and I guarantee you, she won't even need to punch me. She will literally just let the bra go and then backhand me like a mace across my face with her
She'll
giant.
pimp slap you across the
with her tits, and I'm just gonna go flying. I'll go across the East River. That's what I'm gonna do. We're
That's
like,
dangerous.
"Whee!" It'll be like a JoJo. We're gonna experience a JoJo episode IRL. I'm gonna show up in like my bizarre outfit. And I'm gonna like, ha, America, you aren't prepared for me. Low energy. No. Whee! I'm gonna
Raisin's kitted out over here.
Oh damn! Look at that. Yes.
How many you got, girl?
Too many. I don't know if you can see them.
Here's what I think about tarot cards. They're entertaining.
Yeah.
They are.
See, I can say that I'm not into something, but not be rude. That's amazing. I'm learning diplomacy.
I was gonna wait for your fucking butt. There was no but. I like that about you, man. You're a grown-ass man in a grown-ass world. I appreciate that. There was no like, but no. You don't need to be a cunt. Just say they're entertaining.
I've accepted my role in this world as being a bit of a cunt, but you know, I don't have to be a cunt all day, every day.
We're all pieces of
Yes, you
shit.
do. Don't you lie.
Hey,
Just do
hey,
it.
let the man pace himself.
We'll get into
You're getting a
Kanye.
bit long on the
They're
tooth
so
now.
pretty.
I've got to space out the cunt-isms, you know. It's like, because they take a bit out of you. It takes a bit of energy to be a cunt. It's like, it's not just a cruisy job. It takes concentration sometimes to be a right proper cunt.
It's true.
It sure
Here's the question though,
does.
Raisin. Do you have any Jackalope tarot?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I do, actually.
Excellent.
I was
on,
not
I
expecting you to
can
say
get it.
yes.
Victory.
Of course I do.
I know who I'm asking this question to. Is it polyhedral?
No, not unless I put a D20 on it.
Yeah.
I could work on that, though.
All right, shall we get into it? Shall we talk about the Kanye of oh my god, even right wingers like Alex Jones don't want him in the same room. Shall we talk about it?
Sure, why not? We've been rambling for an hour. Why not?
An hour? Really? Oh, alcohol. You are a beautiful baby. I love you, alcohol. And
40 minutes maybe. I don't remember exactly what time we started.
We started at a time. That time is abstract.
We were late, weren't we?
Hey, it's called
late.
Bearded Ramblings for a reason, you know? But yeah, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just talk about the Tim Pool stuff. Let's talk about the Alex Jones stuff.
I just want to point this out.
Yeah.
When you get Donald Trump throwing you under the bus, you have really had a bad day at the office. And when he can kind of do it and still retain some form of legitimacy in some people's eyes, it's just you've had the worst day at the office you could possibly fucking have at that point, and you should just call it a day and go home. Did he do that? Oh no. Then he went on the rounds and started really running amok. But this Tim Pool one I have not seen yet.
You haven't seen it.
Not the Tim Pool walkout. I've seen some of the other rants, and I've been listening to what he's been saying, and the doctors might want to pull him in and pump him full of some meds again, because he's definitely not taking prescribed doses.
All right, I can't find a raw footage of it because I'm lazy and I'm not going to do much while I'm too busy talking about Kanye being Kanye.
Wait! Hold. Nick Fuentes was there.
Yes,
Are
and
you
so
fucking
hey! It gets closer to home. Milo is his fucking campaign manager. Milo Yiannopoulos. Yep.
Brilliant.
How did he? Oh, come on! Like,
You didn't know this?
Are we back with their Milo's being recycled already? This is way too soon for him to reappear. It's like, no, he needs another decade in the wilderness just thinking about shit.
No. He's already moved back in. It's time to clown. Clown World 2022. Shoe Head has said nothing so far because she's too busy in the corner going, oh my god. Carl, aka the neo-Nazi, has said nothing yet, but you know the fuck who has? Everyone else. Everyone else.
I am really looking forward to the next Hell World episode from Shu.
Oh, Shu will say the following. So, about my life, I think I need to step away from the internet for a little bit. She's just going to be like, yeah, oh God. Vosh told me
I need to get
it's
straight.
nothing.
Hold on.
Go on.
I need to get this straight in my head. So, Tim Pool was interviewing Yee, which is a pretty big freaking deal. If you're Tim Pool and Yee's going to actually talk to you, it's like, that's probably one of your biggest gigs ever. And he invited Nick well.
It gets crazier than that. Kanye went to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump, and he brought Nick. How the fuck do you not know this? You seem to be normally on the pulse of this shit.
Last 3 days I've been digging an actual trail. We finished the fucking
good. Okay, that's a good response because you've been having a healthy lifestyle. Me? No, I've been brown nosing the whole time. Like, it's
no fucking way. He took fucking
Milo and Nick, and according to Milo, after the stream, Nick tried to kiss him.
Wait, tried to kiss who? Trump?
Milo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, Nick tried to kiss Milo, or Milo tried to kiss Nick?
Nick tried to kiss Milo because we all know he's a closeted gay.
Okay, yeah. I was just confirming the details. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick's mum gonna say? Oh no.
Nick's mom's gonna keep giving him money. That's what he's gonna do. That's what's gonna happen.
Meanwhile, there's a cat boy somewhere else in the world feeling cucked right now.
No, Catboy used and abused motherfucking Nick. Catboy is more sexually expressive than Nick could ever hope to be. Hell, let's be honest here, a lot of us
Is
hope
Catboy
to
the
be.
hero that helped Nick find his true self?
Yes, in the right universe, but in the wrong universe that we live in, he put out his hand and Catboy was rejected, and Catboy went like, oh well, and walked on with their lives. But Nick...
Are we living in the darkest timeline?
Yes! Alright, you're older than me! How the fuck do you not know that?
It's the temperature dropped from 35 degrees to about 25 degrees here in Australia this week, so we've got a cold front. I'm guessing hell
sounds
is
pretty
actually
warm.
Well, not compared to 35 degrees.
Yeah, Australia
cold,
context is key.
35 is pretty sweaty.
Yeah, it is. It's not fun to be in. I'm telling you, especially when you're outside going, I'm going to make a vegetable garden, so I'm going to dig big holes everywhere. It's like
you were. I guarantee you were. Well, guarantee you be damned. I bet you were bathed in sweat for 90% of the things you were doing.
About 10 seconds after I thought about doing it, you just you basically
Yeah.
you've been and jumped in a pool.
How do Australians deal with that, by the way? Is there any particular Australian key? That's why. Well, you can thank us for that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Ireland. But I know, like, you don't think about it, but sometimes, you give a little nod back to the home country, and it's not the UK, like they fucking say. It's that little island off the next to the UK.
Thanks for reminding me. I'd also like to take this opportunity to remind Planet Earth that Foster's was not Australia's fault. That was some Irish Americans that came to Australia because they were too embarrassed to make that beer in America, and America just said, no, get the fuck out. And so they came to Australia and didn't tell anyone what they were doing, and that's how we got Foster's.
Hey, here's the beauty of it. I 100% agree, and here's why. Because Irish people know how to travel and know how to make fucking money. You want to get shit done? You call an Irishman. We will sit down and we will take the shittest jobs and then be like, no, I can be better. And then next minute, you have yourself a fucking railway. Okay, so
and a whiskey distillery,
right? There's this building made out of red brick that wasn't there before.
I have a question.
Built before the railway.
Well,
question: Why does Tim Pool have a Japanese sword crossed with a European flintlock pistol?
Oh no! You have to understand, he has no penis, so he has to compensate in wider.
Yeah, but can he at least like match themes and have that be a European sword?
Vosh said when he was there, you have to go to 4 different security checkpoints. I am not even kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that would be a cool display if it was a European sword there. But it's just like,
right?
I'm feeling this thematic whiplash looking at it.
Maybe
I want to rescue his guitar. I want to save it. I want to give it a good home and love it and cherish it. Poor guitar.
It's not treated right. It's not treated right. You know that it's set there, and occasionally when he's drunk and wants to feel like a man, he takes it down and goes, boink, 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 boink. I'm a real guitarist. Boink. Fuck you.
He does the full born in the USA.
Do you think he jams with Cobes?
I don't think this motherfucker can even play fucking Stairway. That's what I'm saying.
That's why he fits in with Cobes.
Hey, no. Dude, what the fuck? Copes can play Stairway. I'll never insult anyone who can't...
I've never seen him do Stairway.
I've seen him do Stairway. He can do Stairway. It's very basic, but it's more than I could ever do. So, respect to him. He can do Stairway. He's shit with his vocals. Don't get me wrong. Like, Cobes' vocals are fucking beyond trash. Like, it's fucking worse than the worst things I heard in fucking Fibber McGee's in the early 2000s. But like, I will never. Just like a few days ago, I was playing on Twitch. I was playing a stream of Fallout 4, and there was Von Helton mods. Literally, like Von Helton mods. And you know what? They're possible. I will not throw shade at them for that. Why should I? There's 1,000
Especially
other things.
One.
That's Skyrim. He didn't do it for Fallout. His ones, I say, are gaudy and very, very, very nasally. Like, there's one that is a giant sign that says Red Baron, and he doesn't mean the pizza place. He means the
pilot.
No, he means the game from the early 90s, which he was the dev on. Yeah, no, not dev. He was the Q&A guy on. All right, credit where it's due. Like, it's just kind of weird that it's...
You've made an outrageous claim here that Von Helton was actually fucking good for something. Saito, I need some evidence, sir.
Okay. Like, right. Here's the thing. I was shocked too, but I swear to fucking Christ. Now, he still, for example, a lot of the mods he made for Fallout 4 is kind of sad when you think about it. they're all aimed toward for kids, aka the kids he can't see anymore. They're all for like kids' bedrooms, kids' lights. Like they're all kids stuff, and he can't see his kids anymore because the state finally took his kids away. Also, his
This is how he deals with it.
yeah, that's my theory. It doesn't need to be true. It needs to be mine. I just like I felt really bad the more I thought about it. Like this motherfucker, it has like zebra print, like loungers. You know, the big long lounge. What are the names of those chairs that like girls would lay across and go like in like lounge.
Just lounge. Yeah, I know what you're. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Chaise
You know,
lounge.
chaise
Chaise
lounge.
lounge.
Chaise lounge.
Thank you, Raisin. Oh my god, I was
I wanna
scared.
point out-
Real quick, but I have to answer you.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that's literally just French for lounge chair.
Yeah, and it's French. When you translate everything, it's always the most mundane shit, like pooping hole, and it's like le nice, le bec.
Actually, one of my favorite ones is a culinary term known as a sachet d'épices. It literally just means spice bag.
But yeah, I was gonna say. I love French. Yeah. I love French when it's spoken. When you see it written out, it is the most condescending pieces of shit on the planet.
Let's not forget many people's favorite dessert, creme brulee. It means burnt cream.
Yep.
And it's a gendered language too, isn't it? French, everything's either male or female.
Yeah, we learned that in school.
Isn't English the only language that doesn't do that? Maybe Japanese?
Not every. No, Japanese does. Not only. No, that was a bad example.
No?
Not only does Japanese give gendered, it also goes on your position of authority, your cultural relevance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like 5 different stages.
I don't know why. Like, doesn't Latin have like 5 or 6 genders and shit?
Latin has
weird.
Latin is of course the language of a lot of the Renaissance languages, the Romance languages, Spanish and shit, and French and parts of Italian. But
I just don't understand this whole thing with why do nouns need genders in languages at all? Like, why do so many languages do this weird shit?
The best way I ever heard described was, if you recall, I had Spanish students staying with me for the longest time, including an English teacher. She's from Madrid. No, sorry, she's from Barcelona. And she went and was like, yeah, so I need to go and describe English to foreign people. So she had to rethink her own language, and that included the gendered shit. Mm-hmm. And the best way she could describe it is, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, every word hits different. Sometimes a word hits different in a way that you want to be fucked with, or that you could fuck back. Weak or strong. Strong or weak. That's it. That's the core of it. According to a woman who is literally she was an English teacher in a school for teenagers that like stayed with us. And she admitted it. It's very complicated. But she said this is very interesting. I said, hey, well, English is kind of like a super convenient, easy to learn language. Her response back is, of course you'd say that, you were grown up with it. You know what the hardest language to learn is? English, if you come from any other non-Nordic country.
German's
If
up there too. Yeah, German's
yeah,
a tough one.
no. Here's the thing: Germans can learn English. Dutch can learn English. French can, to a degree, learn English super goddamn quick. Belgium people probably already know English. But here's the thing: you ask somebody from Croatia, from fucking Thailand, from goddamn some places in Africa, they're gonna be like the Batu people, the ones who like have the clicks in their words, yeah, but how the fuck do you get the concept of there? There's 5 different theirs, you know?
We are weird that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we were raised by this shit. Don't ever think that like when they come into it, now it's the most useful language. Oh my god, it's so goddamn useful. But it is not the easiest to learn unless you were raised in a place that had like the ancestry. Like Red Eye, I'm actually shocked that you're not speaking Dutch.
Oh, well.
You know exactly where I'm coming with it there, with your weird fucking text and shit. Hell,
You know,
I could say that with Raisin.
I do live near the Pennsylvania Dutch, but they're German.
Yeah, but if you want
They
to
make
learn,
really good food.
they do. I had one of their pies once. It was fucking glorious. By the way, Red Eye, sorry about that. Please continue.
no, you're all right. I was just saying, I don't know a single word of Dutch. I'm just.
But you saw it on signs throughout your life, didn't you?
Yeah, you said. Well, funnily enough, where I live on the Gold Coast, it's really multicultural. Like I was noticing the generation that's in schools now, it's really, really fucking diverse. Where I grew up, everyone was white. That's no longer the case by a fucking long shot. It's really good, and we're starting to see signage in my street. There's like a place that sells all Indian groceries and stuff, and they've got Indian signage as well. There's a shop. I can't tell you what if it's Cantonese or whatever, but it's signs are no longer just written in English in the city that I live, and I think it's fucking awesome. I can't read any of them, but I still think it's great.
Right? Like, it's brilliant. It brings a new thing. They don't expect you to say the words and talk the words, but, you know, if you want to spend your money and poke your head in through the front door, you know, they're probably not going to say no. You might
Yeah,
walk out of there.
You want some authentic Indian spices for Indian meals? You go to that shop because they've got
Right?
the
Yeah.
legit. Whereas the local shops have got the English curry companies. You know, it's like, and they're all right, but there ain't nothing like legit
Mm.
curry from someone that actually knows curry.
Go in there and get some garam masala.
Raisin.
Yeah, the other thing is the food
sorry.
shops. Oh man, all of the takeaway shops that are opening up that are not just like hamburger and shitty meat pies
Yeah.
and things like that. It's like I can go and get Korean.
I remember, like, it was. Didn't you say that the chipper you used to grow up with was like run by a lad who had some controversial topics, but you know, like nowadays you have like 5 or 6 or 7 different places.
Yeah, well, for instance, my mum grew up with Pauline Hanson, and if you know about Australian politics and Pauline Hanson, it's just like she is a piece of work, and I'll leave it at that. But she used to. Those sorts of people would be the only people you see in the fish and chip shop, white people, and it's like my best local burger joint now is it's. I'm pretty sure the guy is Indian. He's either Indian or he might be Sri Lankan. He's from that region, and he cooks the best goddamn burger I've ever eaten, other than the other new burger joint that I've discovered. And an old Asian couple runs it, and it used to just be an Asian food shop, but they've sort of turned it into this weird thing where you can get a whole bunch of legit Asian stuff, and then there's a thing of like really, really good burgers, and they're fucking really, really good. Like way better than any of the other and it's like you get this stereotype in your head of like you don't associate a really good hamburger with an old Asian guy that cooks really good Asian food. But a good cook is a good cook.
Go on.
I mean, I've seen some incredible Japanese places that do specialize in burgers.
Yep. The really smart
Korean fried chicken.
Yep. The real smart buggers out here took sushi and then westernized it. So instead of just put the normal dishes, they got like fried chicken and stuff like that and put it in and created a sushi dish with it with rice. And they're putting their kids through university.
Yeah.
Each week. They're just making bank, dude. You go down there in the morning and the window's loaded up with hundreds and hundreds of rolls. By 2 hours after lunchtime, nothing left. Nothing left. It's delicious.
Sausage roll.
Hell, Raisin would know this pretty damn well because she's not from. You're not from Philly, but you're from Penn, and
Just outside of Philly, yeah.
yeah. So you know the joy of all the different universes coming together for food. And yet Italian food still seems to be number one. Strange, that.
Like home cooking, you know what I mean? Like every time I eat Italian, it's like that's what I think of, like when it's like cold and winter chill and you just want some warm home cooking that fills your belly
A
and
broth?
makes you feel like that
Yeah,
couch.
yeah. You get
Yeah.
yourself a lasagna and then you get on
Stew.
your train for like 2 hours. Yeah, no, that's solid. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, there's the place I work. One of the things we sell is a chicken parmesan. That shit knocks me unconscious. It's so filling.
You've threatened that Parmesan so much. You do realize when I eventually get up to see you, I have to have that
Have
Parmesan.
I mentioned this before?
3 times now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
counting.
I'm counting because I'm an Aspie. This is my
I'm clearly not.
Aspiness. Like you've mentioned like, oh my god, it does this chicken dish. Oh my god, I love this one dish that has chicken in it.
It's funny because it's not my favorite thing there.
What is?
Pieces are pretty good. Got some good pasta dishes, you know. A lot of good stuff.
What do you reach for?
One thing I start every week with chicken tenders. Actually, like they have really good chicken fingers.
Do they?
I always have that my first work day of the week.
Do they source local or is it frozen?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously it's frozen. I mean, like, is it like?
Some stuff we have is frozen. I don't know about that thing particular.
Oh, okay. You've never like checked it out.
No.
Fair enough. Let's get on with it, shall we? Because as much as I've absolutely been enjoying the conversation, I might as well call this the forget Krendar, low energy is drunk. Like, I get that I've been kind of holding the shit up, so I do apologize. But it's not like we've had anything else to talk about. But Ye has been so bad.
Excuse me.
Kanye.
Say it right.
Kanye.
I refuse.
Kanye.
I refuse. I refuse to give him credit for his name change. It's Kanye West. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck. Don't get me wrong. Fuck him. But he was very, 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 very. I don't want. Oh, fuck it. Let's just.
He's gone.
Yeah, here we go. So we're basically just stealing concept from there's Nick in the weirdest childish fuck. Look at that child blue hoodie he's wearing. That's someone like a 5-year-old.
He's just being his honest self now because he's always been childish. Now he's just dressing that way.
Hey, no to sickos.
Unlike Raisin, who's dressed up in a very somber way.
number one, you have white to counter while he is a Fuentes, so henceforth he is brown. Number two, you have white in the actual fabric. Like, look at that. Look at is that an owl you're going for? Is it might be an owl?
I have wings.
Yeah, it's an owl. Yeah.
I'd like to point out to Fuentes, though, I'm never going to get over the fact that he is a white supremacist named Fuentes.
But of course he's
Yeah, how does that fucking work? Can someone?
I
explain
don't
that to
know.
me?
Ask Kanye. Ask Candice
Hitler.
Owens. Ask
I mean, I think you mean Blittler.
Blittler. Yeah, he has the Hitler particles. When Hitler died, he's like an orc, and he just sprayed his particles across the earth, and they all kind of like settled in the atmosphere and slowly.
I don't know. I think Kanye just bought his ashes and then huffed them.
I like the idea of Kanye breaking into like an ancient tomb, and
like he drank the black goop from the coffin they found.
You would totally have an outfit made for it too. You have to describe the outfit if you're going to come up with this.
Oh
imaginary
yes,
scenario.
no. There would be an entire prequel. There would be random images of just like Soon with like the sands of like Egypt next to it, and then he's like,
It has to be postponed like 3 times before it happens, at least.
Yes. Oh God. All right. Different argument. Kanye was a jilted lover at the aisle. Like his wife was like, "I'm sorry, I just can't do this." Not Kim, someone else. And he's like, "I'll show you. I'll show the world." And the first thing he grabbed that would grant him power is like, "Yes, feed into me. Give me power." And it gave him power. And that power happened to be ruining his career.
The power of becoming a fucking unhinged lunatic.
But like he kept on. He's like, "Oh my God, he's Willow from fucking Buffy." That's
No, he's not nearly.
She's pretty. I like that actress.
Yes.
I was just gonna say he's not nearly hot enough to be Willow.
Hey,
I would.
the weird thing,
I would smash so hard.
He could not pull off Dark Willow.
No,
Yeah,
he couldn't.
Evil Willow was like, oh my god, it's like.
Evil Willow was like, "I need more power," and then like the vampire over and over was like, "No," and she's like, "Yes."
I'm just saying, I want to spend a summer at that band camp, if you know what I mean.
No, that's the actress. You just want to fuck the actress, and I'm okay with that because she's fucking hot.
Yes.
Because you know what? You ever watch
while she's being like one of her nerdy characters specifically.
Oh, of course. And she's like, "Wow, that bong hit was really high. You want to fuck me in the ass?" And you know, you give her a longest look, and you're like, "What?" And she's like, "I've never been fucked in the ass before. Do you want to fuck me in the ass?" And then you kind of look at her and go like, "Okay." 15 and 17 seconds later, you know, yeah, she's like, "Oh wow, okay, that didn't solve it. What? Never mind." She throws you a 20 and walks off. And you're like, "But I want to be a part of your arc." "Yeah, well, I don't want to be a part of yours." And she just keeps on walking. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I know is that
you gotta get that.
Allison Hannigan does an amazing nerdy girl. Is all I'm saying.
She does. Euro Trip
Definitely
was
take her on a date to a LARP.
Fuck yeah.
You know what?
Hell yeah.
She's gonna show up at my fan meetup. We're gonna do shots, and she's gonna be like, "You want to suck my dick?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm gonna be completely shit faced. I'm like, "You want to suck my dick?" And she pulls down her pants, and she has a 7-foot fucking like massive like dick. Like
7
this thing,
foot? It's taller
7
than
foot. Yes, yes. This thing is like pure Reddit. Like I'm talking about like with the balls that you could like get your time
Like we're
level
talking.
to.
She gets excited. She passes out from blood loss.
Right? She becomes her dick, and her dick just works, and then she. And I'm like, hey, I don't
Whole
like
body
dick.
just changes.
And she calls me weak, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I am. And then you know what she does? She goes home and have a lovely evening. I hope that I hope for the evening of giant dicked Willow is still fucking great, because she's great, because we had a great night up to that moment. She couldn't take she didn't take actually no, she did take rejection well. But then she got one other day. She probably ended up fucking someone else. Something tells me New York's full of a lot of people who would be okay with that dick. Something tells me that if you had dick that big, yeah, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. It's just not for me.
I'm scared.
Red, behold, this is what happens when the towers fell. When the towers fell, we have this conversation. Yeah. Now let's look at Tim Pool.
What do I mean? Like,
He's
okay,
still
so how
drinking,
about-
isn't he?
Yes.
Are you leaving? Are you in front of the press?
Wait, why am I hiding it? Yeah, of course I'm drinking. You've seen me drinking on stream numerous times. Oh wait, the chat streaming. I love you. I love you all.
Tim Pool hosting notorious anti-Semites and racists like Kanye West and Nick Fuentes wasn't the win that he was hoping it would be. Kanye walked out of the show after Tim Pool barely pushed
God damn
back.
it! Do I have to side with the Young Turks now?
Yes, because everyone. Alex Jones is siding with the Young Turks. Everyone. And their mother
I'm
is
siding
saying...
with Alex Jones now too? Fuck.
Yeah, I know. We're all in this together.
God damn it, Kanye. How could you do this to me?
Right? We're literally pointing at him and saying, "You a Nazi, though."
All right, I'm waiting. Hold on, I'm waiting for the fucking press release from David Duke. It's like I disavow ye.
Oh, did you see the Alan Reyes stream I did 2 or 3 weeks ago? It included a moment where I had to describe the David Duke stream where he was like, yeah, so about this Nick Fuentes kid, he's clearly gay and I hope he's gonna find himself one day, but like he's not helping us. And that was while Nick Fuentes was streaming it and looking at it and reacting to it, and increasingly he's like, well, David's not all that important anymore.
Anti-Semitism. But he also spent some time sucking up to his hateful dweebs, and I want to give you some examples of that. So why don't we take a look at the first video?
Before the show, obviously, I'm getting a bunch of messages from people. People are hitting me up and they're like, you shouldn't host them. They're anti-Semitic, they're white supremacists, they're racist. I do find it funny or weird, whatever, that, you know, Nick, they call you a white supremacist. You're here working with or for, you know, one of the most powerful black men, one of the wealthiest and most famous. But a lot of people were saying on the right, specifically, don't platform.
He's had Jordan Peterson in his fucking booth. What the fuck is that argument? That argument makes no sense, and it gets less. What the fuck? Did he not even respond and go like, "Hey, that guy Jordan Peterson, I think Candy Selwyn's."
Form them, and I said, well, I want to understand what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. They're involved in what may be the biggest news story of the past week, and we have an opportunity to sit down and talk.
Because the red media controls both sides. It just said it as simple as possible. Jared Kushner was next to Trump. Ron Emanuel was next to Obama.
So I just wanted to play that first to give you a sense of what Tim Pool's pushback, what his challenging questions sound like. You know, challenging comments at like, you know, Nick, I mean, I can't believe people call you racist. I mean, you're advising Kanye West. I mean, would a racist do that? Good job laundering the.
All right, Young Turks, I'm here solely for the
I'd just
footage.
like to take this opportunity to remind Anna that you've got no journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, lady. You're a fucking raging cunt.
Don't get me
You
wrong.
don't get
Like,
to sit there and
Yeah.
judge
He
people.
certainly
Fuck
is.
you.
Always has
She
been.
used to do a decent segment called The Point. And she literally released a video that said, I'm no longer going to be making videos with a point. I'm going to be making puff pieces for clicks because you guys have voted with your clicks and that's what you say you want. And if you don't like it, well then start watching the higher brow stuff. And basically blamed her audience for her having to dumb her shit down and make it completely useless. So I unsubbed. I don't even. Ooh, that irritated me. And now she's all bottle blonde. Get out of here. Get out of here. And calling people names. Like, what is that? Like, there's so much to roast someone for, and you're just going to say stuff about call them.
She's a tool. Like, she's a fucking tool.
Stupid high school click bitch.
And the weirdest part about it is that we're all going to agree with her at the end of it. That, you know, Kanye is
right twice a day.
Yeah,
mate.
But here's the thing. We're gonna look after
write
this.
Her own shit, so.
No, of course not. She's got a room of 12 that will just constantly. And you know what else? One of those people who are writing for her right now is gonna end up in Drunken Peasants, and then a year later is gonna end up on this podcast.
You a sense of what Tim Pool's pushback, what his challenging questions sound like. You know, challenging comments at like, you know, Nick, I mean, I can't believe people call you racist. I mean, you're advising Kanye West. I mean, would a racist do that? Good job on laundering the reputation of a well-known anti-Semite and racist. Like, good job. You did a great job there. Fantastic.
Yeah. So Fuentes is over the top racist. We showed you clips yesterday on the show.
I will give him credit. Eric, how do you pronounce his second name?
Screenshots, everybody.
Spank.
Edit some
Wank,
screenshots right now.
Yeah.
I'll get his name eventually. Give me a minute. It's Spank, Stank, Crank.
Eric,
Wank,
Eric, Zek.
Chonk.
Look, yeah, let's call him Chonk. Let's call him Turkish Chonk boy. Let's call him Chonk. Let's go
right.
Turk Chonk boy.
Yes.
It's Chunk.
Chonk Yeager.
I will give him credit where it's due. For years, he was very against the idea that Turkey did anything wrong with the Armenians, which, fuck you cunt. Yes, they did. And eventually, he fucking did. He eventually said, okay, yeah, no, I guess I was wrong. So
One more quick thing. Hey, Spank or Jank or Stank or whatever your fucking name is. Where did all the money go from that election, mate? There's a lot of money disappeared. Thanks, mate. How much were you paying yourself per month? Was it tens of thousands of dollars?
Yeah, he bankrolled a certain fucking candidate, but is gonna vanish. But also,
himself, mate.
Yeah, I know he did, but also don't forget the Doyle angle. Hey, where's Doyle? Doyle's not here anymore. Where is Doyle? Was Doyle a piece of shit who had to go full right wing, even though he claims himself to be left wing? Well, I know that Doyle is not exactly everyone's cup of tea, but Doyle is 100% a piece of shit. And yes, you have to make his name overcompensated. You have to fucking rub that fucking sand in the eyes when you say the word Doyle. Because he backs shit like, hey, maybe Putin has a reason to invade Ukraine. No, Doyle. No, he doesn't.
I mean, he has a reason, and it's a shit reason.
All right.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, okay. So if you believe that, then you believe 1,000 others. So if you believe Doyle, then you believe Putin, and Putin doesn't. Well, if you believe Putin, then I guess unsubscribe from my channel, I guess. Get on with your life.
By the way, it's Vladimir Putler. I just wanted to...
Pootler. Pootler, I like that.
All I'm saying is that he can get into a
Pootler
car.
stands, please.
A brand new Mercedes-Benz. He can have his driver turn on the ignition, and then Putin will be no longer a problem. And Red Eye gets that reference.
I can't do it justice, but I mean, among the things he said is the military should occupy black parts of town. Blacks can't rule themselves; they're inferior. It goes on and on. I mean, he's not subtle. There's no code words. He's just a flat out,
He's definitely not
outright
subtle.
racist white.
Yeah, he's not. All this will be like us jacking ourselves off. So let's find actual footage.
Are you afraid of the press?
He's on. I'll say it right now.
Okay, I'll go back a little bit further. This is exactly what I was looking for. Like, never forget that, like, Tim Pool, for all his dickish like concept he's got going on, it's fucking like it's a fucking facade, and he wasn't prepared to drop it. Ye was.
Poole tells Kanye that he feels the corporate press has been incredibly unfair to him. But apparently that level of ass kissing wasn't enough for Kanye. So why don't we take a look at how that worked out for Tim Pool?
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they though? We can't say they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using the. I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking
It is
about
them, though, isn't it? I mean, because
No.
and because when you think about it, consider it. In
Notice how
2018,
Nick
Nick didn't
that?
say the word
what do I
either.
mean? Like, okay, so
No,
How
what's the
about-
whole thing is for?
Did you just
You
notice
leaving?
that Nick said they instead of the
Are you afraid
J
of the
word
press?
in a derogatory way? Hey, fucking, you're a chicken shit, Nick. Grow a set
Yeah.
of testicles. You can't even fucking stand behind what you say you believe in. You
For
just
Kanye.
what
So,
a
why don't
pussified
we-
little fucking maggot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's better that we have this constantly on a repeat while muted, because
It's just-
the topic is more important than anything else. Look how they destroy themselves. And I love it. I love it. I love the idea of Cerberus eating its own head. I'm okay with this. Yeah, like think about it. Like you have been told time and time again that like the white race is going to do A, B, C, D. Well, no, it's not. Look, behold, the white race.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Let's also point out the man that thinks he can run the United States of America just walked out of a meeting with some
3
low-grade
seconds.
plebs,
Yeah, 3
right?
seconds.
Because they wouldn't toe the line and say the Jews were to blame for everything in the entertainment industry and they've been going after Kane.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't jump on board and start pounding him in the butt with that bullshit. He fucking flips his lid and walks out. He's got the diplomatic skills of a fucking a blade of grass. Seriously, why would you consider that man to be running anything more important than
Nothing.
I wouldn't trust him to run anything at
right.
all. I would have a responsible supervising adult to make sure that he's got legal supervision so he doesn't fucking hurt himself. Because I think he's at the point where he's going to start sticking forks in PowerPoints just to see what happens, and then blame the fucking Jews for it. Oh shit! I said the J word. I'm going to get you cancelled.
No. Own that shit. He will blame the Jews. You don't blame the Jews. That's the difference.
No.
That's the difference.
Oy vey.
Oy vey, indeed.
Let's not act like YouTube has any concept of nuance, though.
Yeah, there's truth to that too. Alex Jones.
So there's the testicular fortitude of that whole side of the fucking room. It's like no nuts, no conviction. The only one that actually says what he thinks is the fucking really crazy guy that hasn't been taking his meds, and that's just the reality of the situation. He's a dude whose noodle is scrambled badly, and he needs some meds to just give him to get him centralized in some way, shape, or form.
Can we narrow this down? Are we talking about Kanye or Trump or Biden
Kanye.
right now?
I'm talking about Kanye. He was the only one in that room that's got a
Are we
legit
talking about the
reason.
current president or the last one or the next one?
The potential next one, which is
Yeah,
a
very,
terrifying thing
very
to say out
Because
loud.
everything you
the
just said fits
time.
all three of them.
I know, but
Yeah.
Yee has got somewhat of, and I'm using really big finger quotes because I'm trying to be really generous here. He's got an excuse for the lunacy, which is he has stopped taking his meds. He stated that publicly. He said in an interview recently, they want me to take 7 a day. I take 2 a week. There's your problem, Kanye. Take your fucking medication, mate.
Yeah.
You'll stop talking about the fucking Jews wanting to fucking ruin everything. Because while there may be some Jewish people that are influential in certain industries, they don't run everything.
Hold on. I was on a stream a few days ago, and I literally said, "Hey, maybe I can go to like rehab and shit like that as a joke," and people were calling me bullshit. And I was like, well, I was making a reference to oh god, what's her name? Daddy go wanting me to go to rehab, and I said no, that
Amy Winehouse.
Thank you very much. And I was there telling her that maybe she should have gone to rehab because it ended up killing her. And I just 100% like couldn't handle people defending her. Not that there was that many people in the chat doing that, but there was enough for me to go like, hey, how about like acknowledge the fact that, you know, it was resulting in a fucking OD in a bathtub, so that's not a good thing. So maybe having a little bit of self-respect is a good thing. Now, I'm one to talk. I don't deny the fact that I get shit-faced or whatever, but I will tell you this. When I go out on the town, when I fucking walk and talk and all the other good shit, I feel in some respect better than I do just sitting down talking to you guys. But that's all abstract. Like go and get yourself some needs. Like the sedentary, the fucking base people are pretty much on point. I am so sorry, but I think I've hit my limit.
Cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're getting close to that time anyway, so it's fine. No worries.
Are we? Like, is it been 2 hours or
10 more minutes.
Almost.
It'll be the hour.
Yeah.
Then take over. Like, why the fuck aren't you taking over? Like, clearly I'm not okay to hold the helm. Why the fuck aren't you taking my hand away and laying me down on a
Because I am not
soft bed?
physically there.
Hey, Brendar, what would you like to talk about? Seriously, game, movie, like drama, like what the fuck do you want to talk about?
I think we should take a look at some sausages before we finish today.
Sausage.
Lance
Yes.
sausage.
There was some. He's made a few abominations in the last few weeks. I've been.
Yes, I've been missing my sausages.
Yeah, I won't say any spoilers, but there was a 0 out of 5 I saw recently, which you don't see too many of those, and they are some of my favorites because, well, you know, he's got to taste that to give it the 0. And
Yeah, poor bastard.
oh no, I have no empathy or pity for him. He creates his own monsters, this man, in his own basement. They are his, yeah.
Literally, yes. All right, don't forget to share the correct screen to us as well when you get there.
Yeah, give me a second.
There's our boy.
There's our boy.
What's he been up to?
You guys can see it.
Ooh. You watched the Red Lobster one. How was that?
Underwhelming.
Ah.
Yeah.
What is this Olive Garden thing? Freeze to make me soup salad. So I made what? Let's watch whatever that is.
Oh.
Far left.
Chicken
Nope.
soup.
Up.
Oh, that's behind
Sure.
the
Carbonated
fridge.
chicken soup. What that goddamn?
Oh, gently.
No.
It's very clear in the
Yes.
instructions that you're supposed to carbonate water only, but this book isn't a cop.
This is not a good idea.
This is a
It's
great
super.
idea.
Then we just give it a pour. Give her a little taste test here. That's the we gotta get will it maintain carbonation when it's hot? Well, all right, let's give it a try. It's a little less carbonated than when it was cold, but it's still carbonated. It tastes like you get the same sensation if it was spicy, but it's not spicy. Your face reacts to it like it is. Should you carbonate your soup?
Yes.
No.
I have no idea. I can't tell if that's enjoyable or not.
You know what? Fuck it. I have control of the mouse. So I have
Oh, no.
control. Yeah. Drunk mode.
Uh-oh, he's got his
Babish.
second wind. Look
Oh
out.
God, where are we going?
Babish! Where am I
Here we
going?
Monty, call somebody. We need help, Monty.
Babish! We will look at Babish. Half moon pizza. Half and half? You ever have half and half? I bet you have. But was it good? The answer was, Hell yeah. What, you thought? You motherfuckers thought I would take you to a bad place. No, I'm thinking you go place.
Hello there, welcome back to another episode of Anime with Alvin. Today I'll be making the double half moon pizza from Food Wars. A pizza that consists of two interesting sides. One side has a beef and ginger topping over a yuzu miso sauce, while the other side has a 4 cheese topping. I'm very intrigued, so I'm really excited to try it and see how it tastes.
So it's Italian and really Japanese.
On the channel many times before, so I'll speed through this quite quickly. 500 grams of bread flour, 25 grams of sugar, 10 grams of kosher
that
salt,
Japanese
2
half.
teaspoons of instant dry yeast, 300 grams of ice water, and about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. This all gets put into a food processor until a shaggy dough forms. Kneaded a little bit, and thank you to Rachel for stepping in. My hands hurt a little bit that day, and I appreciate the help. This dough ball goes into a greased container to rest and proof for about an hour, so let's get started on the flavors. First up, the yuzu miso sauce.
Hold on, if you fold that shit over, then you got all the sweet and savory flavors of the Japanese with the outright just glorious flavors of the yeah, you see where my mind's going.
Interesting.
Yeah, like oh.
I would try that.
That'd be a sandwich that you wouldn't say no to if you walk down the street.
For our 4-cheese pizza.
Maybe
The
you
show
could put
doesn't
some extra
specify
stuff
a
in there and
specific
have it be
recipe
like an
for this
Italian
sauce,
taco.
So I'm going to try and eyeball it and see if I can make something.
Get a bit
I need
of
few
red beef.
tablespoons of yellow miso,
Yeah.
a couple heaping
Yeah.
glugs of fresh yuzu juice, a couple tablespoons of white sugar, and tasting it along the way to get the balance that I want. The miso came off a little too strong, so I'm adding a little bit more acidity and sugar to balance this out. In the end, I
Miso is
ended up
awesome.
with approximately around a quarter cup of each ingredient, resulting in a tangy, sweet, fresh, but also funky sauce that hopefully goes well with 4 cheeses. Now that that's squared away, let's move on to the beef. In the show, it's shown that the ginger is very, very thinly sliced, so I will try to do my best. I'm peeling some ginger here, slicing these into even rectangles and overlapping them as if they were dominoes that had fallen over. This is the technique that I've seen a lot of Chinese chefs do with their huge butcher cleavers, so I will do my best. Even though I wasn't able to get as fine of the ginger shreds that I was looking for, these are thinly sliced pieces that will hopefully do the trick. Now this flavor is called KRENNY, inspired by a simmered beef with ginger dish. In a large saucepan, I'm combining a quarter cup of cooking sake, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of mirin, and 1 teaspoon of sugar for the simmering sauce. Directly in the sauce goes in a half pound of ribeye. Instead of searing beef like we usually do in the West, this is simmered directly into the sauce.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Thin
this is
slices
where it
of
gets
ginger to
real.
simmer for a bit, until the ginger gets soft and the flavors have all infused. You can see that, well, this looks pretty good, and I'm excited to use this as a pizza topping. Time to build
I think
the
there's a
pizza
bot in
itself.
chat called
Our dough
Trubisky.
has grown
Someone
up quite
should
nicely,
take
so
that
after
out.
dusting our work surface, I'm punching out the dough.
There's a bot in
No, I'm
Trubisky.
cute. It's just Trubisky. It's just Shab. Don't do anything.
Hey.
More like Shabatsky.
Hey, Trubisky had the chance 24 hours ago, and he fucking ruined it. It doesn't change the fact that I, myself, personally, fucked the timetable up. It doesn't matter at all. Instead, Trubisky might still be the greatest. How are you gonna spend that victory? Squandering it by I don't know, wiggling your dick around like some sort of wiggle. That's gonna what you do. That's good. That's
Bring
gonna
back the
be
food.
rare food.
Make more
So
music,
rolling it
Trubisky.
into a nice shape and stretching out the dough to the size of
No shock there, Raisin. You want me to talk more about the wiggle of a man's
Food.
dick?
our large
Food.
pizza
Well,
peel.
look at her hands.
It's always a
Look at her
good
hands.
idea
Love
to
the
make
way it
sure that there's
presses
a little
into the
bit more
dough.
semolina than you think you need. As the pizza dough
This
sits,
is
it
the same
will
effect
get
as
wetter and
cheese.
stickier, and the extra semolina prevents that from happening. For the beef side of this pizza, it does go over a white sauce. This is a pretty straightforward white pizza sauce recipe, which we've actually made in the 4-flavor pizza that I did a couple of weeks ago. And I'm spreading this over roughly 50% of this circle. The other half moon will take our yuzu miso sauce. And once both moons are looking hopefully identical, a rain shower of mozzarella cheese goes over the entire thing. In the show, it's not specified what kind of cheese the beef side uses, but since the character making the pizza is Italian, I'm gonna guess that it is mozzarella. For our 4-cheese pizza, one of the cheeses is already
That's
down,
racist.
so 3 more to go. One of which
It could be Parmesan. Like they don't really state it.
is gorgonzola cheese. Just a few crumbles here and there. It doesn't look like they use too much in the episode, and I don't usually like that much anyways. Second is ricotta, dolloping a few nice little dollops all over, but not too much. It's easy to get carried away with cheese sometimes. I'm personally a victim and a benefactor of this incident. And the fourth and final cheese to top this off, grated Parmesan.
Oof.
Remember what I said about too much cheese? That seems to be the opposite in the case of Parmesan. Similar to
Yeah.
Spanish, this also matches
You always need more
one each
Parmesan
side.
because
So instead of a
even
light snow
before you
dusting,
put it in
this
the
is more of
oven,
an
it's
avalanche.
gonna burn
Moving
off.
on to the KRENNY beef side. All of the beef that we cooked is carefully arranged on top, making sure that the cheese has enough holes to pass
Smoky.
through. And in the show, they do show some sliced scallion whites, so I will do exactly that. But now our pizza is looking pretty loaded up and ready for the oven, so outside we go. I'm using an uni to get that signature super crispy pizza crust, but you can cook it in your home oven too. Total cook time for this behemoth of a pizza was about 10 minutes. I rotated the pizza midway just to make sure that everything was cooked rather evenly. I definitely think I could have lowered the temperature a little bit as the beef came out a little darker than I'd hoped for, but I think that's mostly from the sugars.
Alright. Pass or
Eat
take?
Take.
I've already eaten it. It's it's gone. You can't have any, Lev. It's all mine. I will pimp slap your hand away from the pizza each and every time you attempt to take a slice.
Raisin?
Ooh, fighting words. Man, if y'all wanted it that bad and I was sitting in the room, I would just. I was excited for the beef side, and he charred the shit out of that. He can say what he wants about the sugar in it.
It might still be okay. I'd still
It
try
would
it.
still be tasty. I wouldn't fight
Oh.
people for it though. I'd just make another one.
Twist,
Hold on.
Hold on. Twisted Indicate in chat makes an excellent point. It doesn't even have crushed Doritos on it. What's he doing?
True. Like what?
Where's the Mountain Dew?
Where's the Mountain Dew? Indeed. Like how can you get the sugar? There's zero sugar.
3 tubs of ranch dressing. Where is it?
Yeah.
The garlic
butter. Yeah, you have to pour in a really disgusting way. So like
the 3 extra bags of cheese on top of the pizza afterwards.
Yeah.
And then microwave it, and you got to microwave it just to really fuck it up.
5 out of 10, a good beginning. Let's give it over to Cobes to have an actual meal.
You gotta microwave it to melt the new cheese you added to it, because we know that it won't melt because of the heat of the pizza fresh out of the oven, not already
Final
anyways.
touch for this pizza is the remainder of the scallion green sliced.
I
to put
just
on
feel
top.
like it's a
And I
fail
present
because
to you
right,
our version of
it's
the
not
double
even his
half-moon
recipe.
pizza
He's
from
making
Food
somebody
Wars,
else's
made by
recipe,
Takumi
so it's not like he
in
came
his
up with
Shoku-
it. He burned it, and he still made a video.
How
about
dare
it.
he?
Remade the
He
end.
did. He burnt that. He should have redone that. I will say this. I'm
Come
going to
on,
call him out. That's burnt.
You're not.
You failed.
Doesn't he know
This is
you're
a
not
failure.
allowed?
Yes,
You're
it
not
is.
allowed to cook other people's recipes. You have to make your own recipe for every meal you make.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you at least have to show like how you did it, because they didn't like.
It's
show the
literally
ingredients.
based off a goddamn anime. Give him a
He did show
goddamn.
how he did
Right,
it.
so fuck this.
He burnt.
He
his
did show
shit.
how he did it. Did you
No,
not hear?
Raisin. No. We
It looked so
our
good before you
penises
burn
deny
it.
you. Our penises deny you, and we say the following.
Stand by it.
I know, and you know what else? He never claimed that was his recipe. It's a recipe.
In fact, no, he said it was somebody else. He kept saying like they did it like this, but they
Yeah,
didn't
they got
show
it off an
how.
anime. We understand, but
Mm-hmm.
he still burnt the pizza. He
Yeah.
should have done this. Used the oven that he's used to using. This is his fatal flaw. And I'm not a cook, but I've watched this guy's video enough. He used a different piece of fucking a different oven, and he's not used to it, and he fucking burnt that thing. Have a look. It's fucking carbonized all
He
along the
said
side.
it.
If my
He
pizza shop
said-
sent me that, I'd send the fucking thing back. No
Really?
shit. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say that's burnt. He burnt the fuck out of it. Look at the fucking face of it. The
If
thing's
I was making it
black.
for dinner and I burned it,
Yeah,
I
I
would
can't
still eat
really.
it, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Pay
Yeah,
for that.
I wouldn't. I'd be kind of like, hey, so what
And
the
if I
fuck
burnt it
happened?
while I was making a video, I would scrap that footage, pretend like that
Yeah.
shit never happened, and shoot it again so it looks
Exactly. I'm puzzled as to why they released this one, because, like, I'm not a cook, but I'm a fucking.
Well,
good
maybe it
critic.
turns
I
out to taste
criticize
okay, and that's
anything.
why.
Is
Yeah.
Monty still in the chat? I can't imagine he survived
That's even worse.
my
As
drunken.
someone who makes good
Monty's
food,
Monty's
you-
probably
you
already
just
traveling
eat
to
that
Australia to
sucker, call it
slap me.
wash, and that's an excuse to make a
He
whole nother one to
is
eat.
impregnating numerous white women right now. It's not really important what's going on there.
The jacket
I
makes
know.
him do that.
Numerous white parents, you mean?
Carbonates. Look, I love well done steak. Don't get me wrong. You got to
Let's,
burn the shit out of my steak. But
Hey,
pizza?
Red, now that we said anything that was related to Monty, anything you're going to say is going to sound like a metaphor, so go for it.
All right, let's see how the pizza turns out. Pizza, pizza.
I disavow myself at this point.
Monty
pizza.
will laugh, but
Viva la caca!
yeah, no, more pizza.
Shokugeki against Aizan. It's also very fitting that we are cutting this pizza with the Mezzaluna tool itself, which I believe
That's
is
a
designed
thickie.
to cut
Look at that
things
thing.
on pizza. On the left, we have the
Doesn't
beef
look
Chukurene
so
pizza
bad
made with
now.
simmered
Now,
beef, ginger, mozzarella.
You may
over
be
a white
right about the
sauce. On the right,
caramelizing
we
of the
have a
meat with the
quattro
sugars.
formaggi
That
pizza
could be
with a yuzu
spot on.
miso
There's
sauce.
some of it.
Not surprisingly,
And
the
that'll
beef
be
one
tasty.
tastes
It
delicious.
will.
The sweet, tangy beef and
Like
the ginger
candied
goes
bacon.
really well with the creaminess of the cheese and the white
Oh, I'd
sauce.
still eat the shit
Quattro
out of it,
formaggi
but
pizza
like,
is also
Oh, yeah.
a rather interesting and
wouldn't turn it
delicious
down.
combo. Usually cheese pizzas
Dude
are
needs to
good
sharpen his
because they're
knives though.
rich
He
and they're
struggled with
creamy,
slicing
but
that
this makes
ginger,
it
and
even
he was
better
really
because it's with
manhandling
something
that
tangy and
slicer for the
sweet.
pizza. That
But
should
how
have
about
just
this
rocked
slice that
through.
has both of those flavors together? The beef goes well
see,
with the
that looks
cheese, goes
gooey.
well with the sauce, goes well with the other sauce, and come on, it's pizza. And if you share it with friends, it's gonna taste a lot better. and that's the most important thing.
Why are you
It
making
always
them so
tastes better
small?
somehow when you have other people
Right?
to eat it with. Maybe friendship
many
is the
friends.
secret ingredient.
Right, so
Wow,
it
that
doesn't
was
look so
juicy.
burnt from this other angle that I must have been the video making it look a lot worse than it was.
I like how they just did like the clinking of
I
glasses to
literally-
celebrate thing with their slices.
Yeah, I literally showed the scene where they have the really burned piece. Like, no, you're right to have a hey, objection, Patrick. The real question is, was that the whole pizza? No, it wasn't. In fact, it was a part of a wider thing. But like, okay, so do I get the really nice pizza or do I get the really terrible pizza? Like,
I'd take the
Yes.
2 burnt bits in an instant. I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it. I'm just being just a pedantic prick at this point, and just pointing out there's 2 patches what make me raise my eyebrow and go, but they just got a little bit too toasty warm. But you also see the oven that he was using was a different oven. I bet ya, if he cooked that in his regular oven, he would have nailed it and made it perfect. It's just
Thank you to Boxu for
used a
sponsoring
different
this
bit of kit.
episode. Boxu is a
That's
premium
all.
Japanese
OCD
snack
me wants to pick the really burnt pieces off, just use this excuse to make a whole, like, you know, at least half batch of new beef, and just
Gooey
drizzle that
awesomeness.
freshly, like, cooked beef on the top.
There you go.
And take the picture
Sure.
then.
yeah,
This burnt shit never happened. And then
Oh,
I would
fuck
eat
it.
the burnt shit too.
Yeah, and if you get the good sauce,
anyway.
the burnt shit, it won't destroy the flavor. Raisin knows this. But it's not a good thing. It's a declaration of failure. So make a good pizza.
After hanging out in the fridge for about 1 to 2 hours, these are now ready to be
This is a great example of this.
sliced and sticked. I'm cutting these into approximately ½ inch sticks, not lengthwise, the diameter of a square, whatever. I was not good at school. I'm placing them on a sheet pan lined with a rack, covering the wooden parts with foil so that they don't burn in the oven. Usually at the night markets, these are grilled over charcoal or open flame, but in order to make a lot of these, we decided to use the oven. If we grill them too early, they'll be a little bit tough, so we're gonna save this right before we eat. One of the dishes on that feast table definitely seems to be some sort of roasted poultry. From the movie visuals, it seems to be a little too small for chicken, so
I didn't
Ladies and
say.
gentlemen,
Yeah.
soak your skewers. Covering it in tinfoil is not good enough. In water, soak them.
I was
Pre-soak
gonna
them.
say, soak them in what?
In water. Just soak them in a bowl of water so they're nice and wet when you use them, and that way they won't turn into carbon and break as soon as you try to pick up your food.
Here's the thing.
Uh,
Put it in water every time. Is that also going to be the place where the people like KREN, for example, will have to dump their food? You've had to, by the way, KREN, you probably have to dump like a massive amount of food. Didn't need to be dumped, right?
I've lost track of what we're talking about right now. What? What do you mean? Drunk man needs explain.
Yeah.
like messing up food when you're cooking it, like, and having to get rid of it and start again.
Yeah,
Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
kind of like
Alright.
that.
Sometimes I wouldn't say a massive amount, though. No. Thanks for the confidence vote, though.
Stop.
We're going with Cornish hens. First, I'm combining 1 cup of kosher salt with 2 tablespoons of baking powder and rubbing all of the hens inside and out with this mixture.
Lewd.
This not only seasons the Cornish
Lewd.
hens, but allows the skin to dry out, letting us get a more crispy skin after the roasting process. We're now going to put these little birds into the fridge until they're ready to be roasted tomorrow.
That's an expensive
It's gonna be
pan
a
right
long
there.
2 days. Back to the sausage. Our mixer
How
parts
much?
have been a little chilled.
Seriously, how
I
much
don't
is
know.
that?
Too much.
150 to.
Maybe.
Someone has our meat, so we're now going to start by grinding this into ground pork. Please enjoy as you watch this satisfying clip of meat being ground into long
Oh my god, we're getting the
strands.
sausage
meat was in
channel
the freezer
and
for about
Babish at the
20
same
minutes.
time.
We don't want them.
Hence why we're in.
We don't want to rock hard.
Rock
That's
hard,
not
we
what
don't
any
want them
lady
too
said
soft,
ever.
or else the fat will be a little difficult to deal with in the grinder. After the meat has been ground, I'm going to season this with 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of white pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 3/4 of a teaspoon of not 5 spice, but 13 spice, and half a teaspoon of ginger powder. Yeah, there's a lot of seasoning that goes into this. Once this is mixed, you can see that I'm sort of slamming the meat down into the stainless steel bowl. This is a technique my grandpa used to do when he used to make meatballs. I've also seen some chefs in Asia do this, but essentially we're emulsifying the meat mixture by slamming it. Usually this task is assigned to the apprentices, but the modern technique is this. Just use a stand mixer. So we're going to put the meat mixture in a stand mixer and use the paddle attachment and emulsify this for a few minutes. This is where the liquids finally go in. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing cooking wine, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and about 2.5 ounces of ice water. Once this all emulsifies, you'll notice that this is sort of like a pink paste reminiscent of McDonald's chicken nuggets, if that video is real. But now that our meat paste is ready, it is time to take on the ever so intimidating task of making sausages. Viewer discretion is advised,
I have
unless
no
you're into
idea.
that sort of thing. Please enjoy this circus of footage. Rachel and I were trying to figure out how to make these sausages work. We soaked casings made out of collagen in water for about 5
I gotta end the stream after this.
minutes before putting them onto the meat extract.
Yeah.
But as you can see, things are taking a little bit of time as we work through our mistakes. Yeah, let's just say we had a great time, and we also did not have a great time.
I know what he
If
did.
you're a sausage
I know what he
maker
did
out
wrong.
there, or if you've made sausages in your life.
I know. He didn't go 3, 2, 1, let's start it.
That is the problem. Yep.
Motherfucker, we can end the stream with that if you really fucking want, because I am on board. Or I am so sorry, by the way. I'm ready to go.
Drinky. Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. I wish I had that much garlic bread. I have no garlic bread.
Click on it.
From scratch, I salute you. This stuff's not easy. This actually does take quite a good amount of strength, control, and dexterity in both hands.
I bet it does.
Which is why we have 2 people here. Once the sausage mixture has been
Penis!
distributed along the whole length of the casing, it's
The
now time to
penis!
tie. This part's also
The
quite
whole
tricky
length.
because in order to roll
That's a
these
donkey's
sausages
dick.
tight, the instructions require that you alternate
Ejaculate.
directions in which the sausages are twisted. Having never made sausage before, I decided to reinforce our twist
You're welcome,
by tying
Raisin.
knots around them with pitch line. But after approximately 1 hour
I'm glad you...
Approximate.
You're right there, Raisin. I
This
thought I
dude
was...
knows how to handle his meat. Like he's handling that meat like a fucking professional.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Raisin, don't you worry. There's always a motherfucker with motherfucking meat to be able to have you handling it. Don't you ever fret.
of the most hilarious time we probably had in the studio and way too many sausage jokes, we have our links, and we're putting them on a coat rack in order to dry them correctly for about 1 day or so. I gotta say, not bad. I mean, I ain't no glizzy gladiator or anything. but
Glizzy.
Those look pretty solid. Moving
It
on to
took
another
me...
dish.
Oh,
Moving
by
one
the
of
way,
dishes
Grandar, I found out what a glizzy meant.
Oh.
Yeah, that seemed to happen to, like, represent a dick. And the weirdest thing, yeah, the weirdest thing is that, like, we just call them fucking, like, dicks and then go one other day, but no. You need to have, like, massive, like, donate to, overwhelm the walls level of craziness. The point is, like, I don't see what the appeal is, because when you have a glissy, yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
The father is seen clearly taking onto his plate seems to be a sticky rice dumpling of some sort. There have also been articles that say this is actually an ancient animal from many, many thousands of years ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that we should probably do the dumplings instead. We're taking inspiration from traditional red meat steamed dumplings from Taiwanese cuisine, using 2 recipe sources, one from Cookpad and one from The Walks of Life.
I wanna bone you is basically the
I'm flattered.
wider. Yeah, Krendar, I love you, but hey, look, a live stream.
I'm starting first with the meat filling, dicing up 8 ounces of shiitake mushrooms and half cup of
I'm
pre-cooked
drunk,
and
but
minced
I'm
bamboo
not that
shoots
drunk.
on the stove. I'm sauteing the mushrooms with the bamboo
Yes.
shoots for just a few minutes in a tablespoon of neutral oil until the water has started to come out and the vegetables have started to brown just a little bit. This mixture now gets added to 2 pounds of ground pork along with half a large shallot and 4 cloves of garlic, 2 teaspoons of Chinese 5-spice powder, 2 teaspoons of white pepper, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, giving this a nice mix until everything is evenly combined. I'm setting the meat mixture aside so we can make the wrappers. In a bowl, I'm combining a few starches, approximately 1 cup of wheat starch, 3/4 of a cup of tapioca starch, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. This starch mixture now goes into a saucepan filled with boiling water, approximately 1 1/4 cups. This is a similar process to making choux pastry. Once the water is hot, the starch goes in and you have to constantly stir until no lumps remain. At this stage, it might be a little dry with a few lumps, so I turn off the heat and let this set and steam for about 5 minutes in its remaining heat. Once 5 minutes are up, this now goes onto a table where I'm kneading it until smooth. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I've never actually kneaded a baby's butt before, but I would imagine that the sensation is quite similar and enjoyable. I'm rolling this dumpling dough into
I'm a bit uncomfortable now.
Right?
The
I
fuck
feel
was that?
yeah, I feel a little bit like, whoa.
If I had a camera right now, you could just imagine me looking straight at it with one eyebrow just climbing up my head further and further till it gets to the back of my head.
Brother, same.
What?
What's wrong with comparing it to boobies? I've kneaded dough. It feels more
It's
like
not what he
boobies.
said.
And
He said nothing
babies,
about
it's
boobies.
way
Well-
more
We're
gonna
like
pretend he
boobies than
did.
Babies' butts. I have
Yes, let's
felt
pretend
both
he did,
boobies
so that we can agree with
and
that
babies'
instead.
butts. Yes.
Well, I am thinking about the beauty that is a woman with any chest beyond a B cup. So I don't know, maybe the best he's ever experienced is a low grade C.
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe he'll
yeah.
tell us.
Even then.
Let's find out.
I'm just glad he needed that dough and it felt like boobies. So that's good.
large
I
long
agree.
tube so that we can satisfyingly cut them with a bench scraper into hopefully even segments. Once we have our little dumpling wrapper army lined up, it's time to make dumplings. Making sure that the rest of our dumpling doughboys are protected by saran wrap, I'm starting by using a small rolling pin and kneading one of these little babies out into a large circle. The dumplings in the movie are quite large. I've never really made massive dumplings before, so this is actually quite fun.
I'll do it.
Usually when I make dumplings with my family at home, I get criticized because I put way too much meat filling in my dumplings, and they
Heresy.
eventually,
Make them
well,
big.
they don't look good.
There's no such thing as too much meat filling.
You
Explain.
put them in a
Raisin?
basket and steam them. They have to be like, they make them like this. He's doing it right.
Yeah. So explain it there, Krendar. Justify it.
More meat good.
That's look, I'm gonna be lost in the grand scheme of things, but what about the other person who watches? Describe your perfect dumpling.
Lots of
laden.
meat. Yes.
Meat laden would be the correct terminology.
True.
But
Let's see how it
come
goes.
on. Yeah, come on. Don't really. You're all like, but because am I the only person who's like obsessed with like a dumpling being like really well made?
As long as
Yes.
it's got lots
Play the
of meat,
video.
I don't care.
But after they've been boiled, let's just say you'll know which ones I had made. not in the good way. But today, I will put as much filling in my dumpling as I want, because that is the name of the game. In order to crimp the dumpling together, I'm putting a little bit of water around the edges and forming them into a rough circular
He
shape.
adds water. He adds goddamn water, and none of you have any fucking statement on that other than low energy.
I don't know how to make
Play the
dumplings.
stream.
He said boil. I got stuck on that he said boil.
Yeah.
He probably
boil
means
usually.
steam it with boiling
I hope
water or
so.
something.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Per the movie. I'm also cutting 2 little ears from what it seems to be on the dumplings in the movie as well, so that we have a little cute dumpling bunny, I'm gonna call it. I think making dumplings is something that is often done with a lot of people, usually family or loved ones. I grew up personally doing it with my mom and grandma and usually other family friends around the dining table. It's less about actually making dumplings and more about just inviting people over that you love and just chatting, usually gossiping about what's going on in everybody's lives. So for our dumpling making session, I pulled in Kendall and Rachel to help while we talked some trash about everybody in the studio.
Put the ears on.
What's
That's
up
not
about
good.
what's up about ears?
Why
At
is
the
he
very
patting
least,
it?
he's going. If he steams them, he's going to do it upside down.
Oh, just kidding, we're all
Probably.
cool. Once our collection of oddly differently shaped animal dumplings have been made, it is now time to get ready our steamer. For the bottom of our steamer, we place down parchment paper which has little holes cut into them in order for steam to pass and ventilate through. These dumplings are quite large, so 2 of these babies go on each level. Stack them up and get ready to steam. We first started with a wok, pouring in a lot of water and letting it steam, but I didn't think that it was going to give us the coverage that we needed. So instead, I swapped to putting the bamboo steamers on top of a pot of boiling water. These are quite large, so we did steam them for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. Oh yeah, one broke. That is definitely, that's how you know that's the one I
Nope,
made.
we got a burst.
That's the sign.
We got a burst.
But the other ones seem quite promising. Back to our sausages. To cook our sausages, they get placed into a hot bath of
We did watch this stream. Oh my god, I remember it. Yeah. So on Twitch we watched this.
barely
Okay.
simmering water for about 20 minutes. These need to be slowly cooked or else things would go bad. After they're cooked, we're just going to take them out on a... Oh god, that is not good. There's now one less sausage for the final
Yeah,
sausage.
they're
Probably a couple
not
things we
good.
could have done better in the sausage making process, which is why I'm glad I have backups. These are professionally made Taiwanese sausages.
Let's not sausage.
My friend and chef Eric Z of 886 and 11 in New York. He's Taiwanese and actually serves these at his restaurant, so you can guarantee that these are the real deal. I'm cooking this very similarly, in barely simmering water for about 15 to 20 minutes, until the casings have tightened up and the meat is cooked through. After patting off excess water, these get finished in a hot pan with a little bit of oil to crisp up the skin. The color is quite beautiful. I know that Eric has spent many months and possibly years developing his recipe, and as we line them up perfectly on a tray side by side, I think we can tell that there is a clear difference between a professionally made Taiwanese sausage and a home cook's. I think there's something to be said here about when
What?
So basically, his sausages were all Timmy's, and the other
Yeah.
side were like all like legit. It's like so all of his sausages
Yeah.
were just going Timmy.
Yep.
Not and not.
I'm 100% in agreement with that. Like, that is just like, it's just pure fucking fire on one side and the other side. Hey, you know, so long as it doesn't give you diarrhea. And
Look,
well,
Yeah.
I
it's still
respect the
good.
guy for showing his like showing the two. It's like these are my ones. It's like, oh shit, what have I done? And these are professionally made by a dude that's been honing the recipe down for a few decades. And kudos. It's like I respect the shit out of this guy for that.
Definitely.
something
Let's
is
see how
better
it
at a
turns out.
restaurant, it's better to just pay for them. Our Cornish hens have been dried out for about 1 day or so. The skin is a lot more taut and they are ready to be roasted. First, a little quick brush of neutral oil to help the heat get in faster, and they're off to a 500-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. To finish these off, I'm brushing this with a 1/4 cup of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of sugar mixed together as sort of a flavoring and a darkening color for the end of the birds. Back into the oven they go for only about 5 minutes this time. And for our final dish in the Spirited Away feast, king crab legs. Now these are some big ones.
Yeah.
I like these.
What she said.
Now we shall go again to the stove.
Hey.
These usually come pre-cooked or par-cooked, so only
That's what she said, but you didn't deliver, did you? So, like...
Nope. I'm a tease.
Yeah.
you have to cook these in a pot of boiling water for about 5 to 7 minutes with 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. I decided to do crab legs because at buffets or parties, that's kind of the thing that I feel like a lot of my Asian parents and their friends usually go for. It's a symbol of luxury, but it's also a symbol of gluttony, because if you eat that at a buffet, that's probably the only thing that they're gonna eat to get their money's worth. But once our crab legs have been cooked through, it is now time to assemble the entire feast. First, our pile of Taiwanese-inspired red meat dumplings, filled with a pork, mushroom, and bamboo shoot filling wrapped in crystal dumpling wrappers. Second, a pile of professionally and well-made Taiwanese sausages from my friend Eric. Then our Alaskan king crab legs next.
Look at those sausages! Those sausages are pretty goddamn good.
Next, we have our soy sauce glazed roasted Cornish hens. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of hens. And finally, our pile
That's
of
a lot of
gold
dead
sticks,
chickens.
which we broiled in the oven quickly for about 2 to 3 minutes per side until both ends got crispy and everything is nice and sticky. After a little bit more rearranging and plating, I present to you our version of the feast from Spirited Away. One of the first things we see in the movie once Chihiro and her parents enter the spirit world. And for the sake of
I will say everything except for the goddamn side. Look at that side there. It's
What is that green thing anyway?
Yeah, like it's like what? What do you guys think it is? It's Asian. That's all I know.
Some kind of dip.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, well, obviously
Maybe it's wasabi. I don't know.
Yeah,
Either way, I would sit there and hope y'all debate that while I grab that whole plate of sausages and crabs under each arm and run away.
I would eat the shit out of everything on this table.
Yeah, I'm pretty well down for everything at this point.
Right.
The hen in my mouth.
Accuracy.
Just the leg of the head in my mouth.
Hey, hen, we know your mouth can get a whole lot wetter.
I will take on the heavy task of eating like a glutton, just like her parents do. First, a grilled mochi stick, served with a sweet soy syrup that we made last minute, as this is usually what is served to accompany the mochi. Followed by a Taiwanese sausage, which is usually served with scallions and raw garlic as a compliment.
Scallions.
A king crab leg, because why not?
There you go.
Then picking up a whole entire roasted Cornish hen for myself. And finally, a large steamed dumpling. This is the kind of plate that you might make for yourself
big-ass
if you
dumpling.
stumbled upon a beautiful and wondrous buffet
Well,
with
in the
no one watching.
anime, you got to see it as a big ass dumpling because he had to slurp it down. He was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." So
He cooked it upside down, and that's not cooked all the way. That pot should have been in a pot.
I know,
It should be
right?
fully surrounded, and you don't put them upside down
Why?
because they burst like his did. They need to be able to move like in the you fold it right, and then it's cute.
And the only thing left to do is eat. The dumpling filling is very nice. The meat is
Well, we're gonna go on to ordinary sausage to round up the evening. So,
That's a
you,
phrase.
yeah.
Nah.
Hey, no, it's not. It's a declaration. It's
That's
more
an
of a-
assertion.
Yeah, it's more of a statement.
That's an assertion.
See this kid here? He's had ordinary sausage enough times in life, and he's ready to move on. It's our
Skin is still a little
time.
bit bouncy.
Yeah. Sausage. By the way, if anyone wants to donate, pretty appreciated. I won't lie. Tonight is a bit of a.
You got it up already. You don't need to search it again.
No, I do.
It's in the other tab.
No.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
All right. We'll just have it open twice then.
Yeah. This one? Okay. See, it
Oh,
said
gone.
now, no more sausage. You get no more sausage.
All right. Good night, everybody.
No, seriously, we have shit to do. And that, yeah, let's look at the sausage and let's go to sleep because I want to go to sleep.
We should have headed Janie here for this one.
Soup, salad, and breadstick lunch from Olive Garden. I admire
It's not our
Olive Garden
first.
for knowing that their clientele would
But
gladly
it's our
shove
last.
their faces full of breadsticks.
Well,
All right,
it's
so
not our
let's-
last,
let's
but it'll
see-
be
let's
our
see
one
what's
of
all
many.
in here. Well, of course we have the salad that comes with a generous amount of tomatoes and other stuff. And then we're gonna add the greatest soup known to man, the chicken gnocchi soup, right on top of it.
Oh,
Yummy.
God.
Ew.
Right, and we got 1 breadstick, 2 breadsticks, and 6. We're gonna need all that bread to soak up all this liquid. Oh shoot, I forgot the dressing. No problem, we can
A
add
little
that
too much
right
bread, sir.
now. There we go. Can't forget the croutons either. A
Oh.
pack
Oh,
of
no.
Romano
Oh
cheese.
no.
And an
Too much
Andes one to
bread.
balance it all out.
Oh no.
Jesus
Now we're good.
Christ.
Oh,
He's a
right
madman.
on the floor.
Here co-
What is
I'm gonna call.
Why?
I'm calling it right now. Here, guys. I'm calling it right now. Here comes another 0 out of 5.
I don't know. You know what? Yeah, the salad's gonna just that's my prediction is low score, 0 to 1.
Oh my god.
Let's watch this disaster unfold.
All I'm gonna say is that there's too much of nothing going on there.
What? The salad's right there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bland salad. The best you have to offer is the fucking onion. So
No, I see a black olive right there.
I've eaten entire jars of black olives as my version of a dinner.
Good man.
And I'll tell you the following. Blah. It's not that it tasted bad. There's no taste to it at all. Work with that shit.
Look at this fucking nightmare. Oh no, it's like coleslaw.
Oh, all the liquid.
Really?
Ah!
Here's the soup.
No!
Time to see the
liquid
doctor,
that's been
sir.
building up. Really, it looks like a pretty. All the liquid that's been building up. Really, it looks like a pretty
Mix it up. Mix it up real good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they definitely mix it up. That's a cream pie.
Complete slothage.
Let's cream pie.
The body is
Oh
round.
shit, we just got a donut.
Yay.
Water cheers. Mate XD.
667. Water cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you,
Cheers.
the higher pressure gauge. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate the money that was given to us. Now,
delicious chopped salad. It's a wet one. All right, for sure this is getting baked. There's no way this will hold up
That's
in a
also
pan
what
for
she
more than
said.
5 seconds. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a sausage. That's a sausage. That's a lot of sausage
Oh, the
filling.
sound. ASMR on this one.
I know it's putting me to sleep. It's kind of weird.
Squish, squish, squish.
Oh god.
In 3, 2, 1, let's sausage. We don't want thick sausages, so we're gonna pull this along so we make nice thin ones.
Okay.
And that's gonna be that.
Actually, you want
Not
to-
Damn, he's
bad.
really
How about you,
hands-on
sir?
tonight.
I do like them thick, though.
Don't poke these, they're too wet. Isn't that just gonna make them leak more?
Yeah, and it's so white. It's
Leak,
so
but maybe
ugly.
not burst as much? Oh, it's gonna burst anyway, though.
Yeah, like that's the
Are they gonna
thing.
detonate?
This sausage is like half water. All right, let's see what happens.
Sausages burst while baking when we link them, so we're not gonna link this one and see what happens. With special thanks to today's Mark Boxalo box artist, this guy. It's an infinite Ruffalo, a cosmic infinite Ruffalo. But will it blow?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Pretty good spray, good stickage. I'm gonna have to give that will it
It's
blow
also what she said.
4 Mark Ruffalos.
Of course she did, and she's wondering why she's not hearing back from you, man. I mean, the test came back positive. Now you have to be a big man and stand up and acknowledge the fact that you got her pregnant. Get her.
Shit.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Wasn't me, man.
Oh, was it not? Explain to us.
No, it was
All
Red
right. Yeah,
I didn't do it. I'm a robot.
Eye.
It's
Damn
true.
it.
He is sterile.
I forgot to factor that in.
We
my
gotta
plan.
go low and slow on this one. Bake it at 300 for 45 minutes. We're a little more than halfway done and things are moving along pretty good. See you in another 20. All right, we're almost done here and, we got a rupture in the back. I didn't even see that. We got a burst. It still doesn't feel done, so I'm gonna let it ride for another 15 minutes. Right, see how we did. Well, besides this one big burst area, everything else seems to have come out fine. Well, we packed it in loose, and boy, is this one limpy sausage. All right, well, let's open it up, see how we did.
A limp dick
It smells
sausage.
like potato soup. Okay, here we go.
It is potato soup.
It's very good. This is a really delicious
wow.
sausage. Give ourselves a little sausage autopsy. As you can see, the biggest problem with this sausage is the mush factor. It's very mushy. I don't know what amount of baking will cause this to solidify, but we baked this for an hour and we got like a burst 20 minutes in. It has
Look
a
at all that
mashed
bread.
potato-y interior, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, it tastes like you dipped your garlic bread in soup with pieces of salad in it. It tastes as fresh as the Tuscan sun. And even though it is mushy, it's not pouring out of there. It's staying firm well inside there. I'm pushing pretty dang hard and it's not coming out. For me, easily this is a 4 out of 5. For someone else eating this sausage, I think it may be a little bit too mushy for them. So we won't give it exactly a 4. We're gonna give this sausage here a 3.5 out of 5.
Bop, bop,
I
bop.
like his half.
Bop, 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 bop.
Oh, damn.
All right, so I think
that worked.
That last
It's
one was like,
best if we just
no,
cram it
save
all
me.
All right.
Cram it all in,
Yeah.
ladies.
Hey, if you have to fit it in, then I guess you're not for me. There's a big world out there. You'll be alright there, girls. I will
Thanks
say,
for watching, everybody.
yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now, and I hope you enjoyed it. Before I go, though, who wants to shout out? It's links in the description.
Yeah, down the doobly-doo.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
I don't know anyone. Just you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got nothing to shield.
I know. and you want to say before you leave, then?
Shabisky has a big stinky poopy butt.
Well, that's
true.
That's 100% true. That's established. That's written in a goddamn stone. You have to work harder than that.
Nah, that requires effort.
Okay.
I'm phoning that shit in. Sorry, I'm lazy.
About effort. My effort now consists of me getting from here to the bed and sleep. So, yeah. Fuck off, I guess. Bye.
Bye, everybody.